What's up, Kool Kim? Welcome. You look all official with your studio right there.
Yeah. Y'all can hear me clear?
Yeah, we can hear you. You know you got your podcasting set up.
Yeah, I got my little situation situated. You know how I give it up.
Yes. Welcome. So good to see you. So good to have you finally.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited opportunity to chop it up with y'all, man. And now I'm gonna tell y'all this. Let me just say this real fast because I don't want no disputes. I don't want nobody talking bad about me. And I want champagne and conversations. I am about to take a road trip for about 3 hours worth of driving. Hence, I won't be participating in the champagne part of the conversation.
Okay.
All right. But we will converse without more champagne, all right?
Well deserved, baby.
Not
Kool
champagne,
Kim.
baby. I'm gonna just drink some fruit punches or like some watermelon juice.
Listen, no problem. And I got you when you get back.
Love.
Yes.
Awesome.
Let me know and I'll send it to you.
Yes.
Welcome, Kool Kim, Champagne and Conversations. Hey.
Yeah. It looks wonderful.
Wait, did you take it all the way back? Are you drinking out the container? Oh my.
Yeah. What you want me to do here? Forget about it. It don't
Forget about it.
Different when it's out the carton. You know, you put it in the glass, it's another vibe. Yes.
Wow.
You know, this is the only thing I'm missing right now is a Subway sandwich or something like that. That's the only thing I'm missing.
You got that. You have that. Welcome to Champagne and Conversations, guys. As you see, we are chopping it up with Kool Kim,
Yes.
NYOIL. I'm going to let you tell them what that is.
Yes, of course. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, what's up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood fly guy, Kool Kim. One half of the legendary rap group, the UMCs. We brought you joints like Blue Cheese and One to Grow On. And over the years, I would transform, and become the artist known as NY Oil. And I returned to the world with a single called Y'all Should All Get Lynched. And I just basically took the conscious hip hop community, which at that point really didn't exist. At that point, it wasn't anything coalescent. Took it by storm. And, you know, like from there, a lot of all of that, you know, woke stuff and all that, it comes from that moment, that's very special moment. You know what I mean?
No doubt. I love it. I am so happy to have you loving all the 80s and 90s music. Obviously, you guys hit the top of 90. But talk to us about how Staten Island was when you all were vibing.
Well, you know, Staten Island was like any small town, you know what I'm saying? And it had all of the things that a small town had, except we had an additional trauma. The additional trauma that Staten Island suffered from was that it was a song that came out in the late 80s. I forget how it go, who sung it. But the song, there was a chorus or a little bridge part to it, and it went something like, Manhattan makes it, Brooklyn takes it, Queens is the whack, Staten Island soft and smiling, and the Bronx is bugging out on crack. Let me tell you something. That Staten Island soft and smiling, it's the equivalent of an actual trauma, what it did to Staten Islanders. Because cats had a chip on their shoulder to a dangerous degree. You understand what I'm saying? Because you call soft and smiling. Excuse me. It was bad enough that we was one of the 5 boroughs, and they wasn't even recognizing us as one of the 5 boroughs. They would like trying to acknowledge Long Island before they would acknowledge Staten Island. So You got an island with a chip on his shoulder, but with people with immeasurable amounts of talent. And that
Right.
was what was beautiful about it. So much talent, and very worldly because we lived on Staten Island. You had to travel like five. You had to take. All right, it took you about 30 minutes to get to Manhattan by car. If you took the bridge through Brooklyn, but about the average cat wasn't driving. They was taking the boat. You took a ferry boat for a half hour across the water, and then
Okay.
you got on a train and went wherever you was going. And so, you always had a cousin from Brooklyn, the aunt in Bronx, someone lived, or you was from Brooklyn or you was from the Bronx, or, you know what I'm saying? And, then you find yourself in Staten Island. And so you have people that had a wide range of backgrounds. And that's also what made so many people creative.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if you knew, just a few episodes ago, we had Force MDs on, obviously Force MCs, probably around the time that you would know, coming out of Staten Island, and he told a story as well. So, such an amazing history. And that, song that the verses that you just put for us is another piece of history because I had never heard of that. So,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, like, because the things that create a person, what maketh a man, right? Like, what are the experiences, both externally and esoteric? You know what I mean? What are the
Hmm.
things that make us? What are the influences? What are the stopgaps, the moments? Because life is about moments, right? We judge things based on a series of moments.
No
Sometimes your favorite
doubt.
rapper is a result
Right.
of a moment that your favorite rapper had, not necessarily the body of their work. But when you look at the life of a man, of this one in particular, I can say that, you know, oddly enough, something so abstract, something so far away from me, would eventually have such an impact on my overall life story. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Okay.
So it's just
And what was that?
interesting.
What were your influences that, kind of led you to the group and then through with whatever, you are, I guess, experiencing even now?
Well, let me say, I mean, firstly, that was a great question. You know what I'm saying?
I
Let me just
tried.
sidestep that question. I'm gonna answer the question, but may I just take a moment to riff on that question for me?
Listen, this is you. You can do what you want. I'm
Thank
here
you,
for it.
sis. Thank you. Thank you. What?
I'm
Well, check
so
it out.
here for it. I'm excited for you to be here.
Excellent. Excellent. Let's build, because the question you asked, listen to the wording you use. You asked me what are my influences. Like, yo, do you want check it out? I haven't heard influences since back when I was like on like Teen Beat, or remember them
We was drinking
magazines back, like,
Kool-Aid.
you remember them, like Black Beat, Teen Beat, you know what I'm saying? All the more pop magazines just come out back in the day. That was the last
Yes.
time I recall a journalist, all right, asking me what were my influences. Now they ask you what's your top five.
Okay.
And there's
Sorry.
an important
Sorry to
distinction.
disappoint you.
No, no, no. You're not disappointing me. I'm proud of you. I'm about to tell you why.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Top five excludes 5 million other MCs that been rhyming.
Okay.
If I said, yo, who's my top five? I'm eliminating so many people that influenced me. When I talk about my influence, I talk about the creative, the
Yes.
intellectual
Yes.
impact that these artists have on
Yes.
me. I'm not just talking about my favorite. I'm not speaking from the creative paradigm. Hip hop needs to speak from the creative and the intellectual paradigm. I don't mean to be boring nobody. Like, I don't want people watching this and be like, yo, boy talking mad boring. He's using smart words. But what I'm trying to tell you is how to get to
Smart
this
words.
real
We need
back.
some smart words today.
Yeah, I know. You heard? Like, listen, let me hit y'all. Like, let me show you the economic impact that has. Okay, so we know that hip hop is, as a culture, as a musical culture,
Right.
is innovative technologically. You understand? And the entire DJ spectrum is owned by hip hop. We created that lane. We created the value in that lane. We created the innovations in that lane. You understand what I'm saying? When you talk about home production, hip hop is notorious since back in the Casio SB10, I believe it was called, the old school Casio that
Mhm.
used to have like 5 seconds worth of sampling, all the way to now, with us leading with apps like Session Wire and phone apps and all these other things. We're always ahead of it. And yet, and now as a YouTuber, right, you would know that of the different types of sponsorships you can get or ad placements, right? One of the best ones to do, like the best types of YouTube channels to have, aside from finance, right, is tech. If you have a tech channel, yo, the tech money is way more bigger.
Ridiculous.
And
Yes,
yet, and
right.
still, you never see hip hop really at a level that makes sense associated with tech. And why is that? Because we don't converse with our champagne. We don't we don't have champagne and conversations about the intellectual capacity, the actual creative genius that hip hop is. So when we talk about getting back, like, so them cats, your cat might be watching you think, you know, that fly guy, da. I'm with you, my dude. And I'm telling you what's real game. Like I'm speaking the old language to y'all. So, you know, maybe take heed, maybe not, can't, you know, it's on y'all though.
Right.
Yeah.
Take heed. Dropping
Yeah.
gems. Yes. It has to happen. Yes. So just, I know that we are kind of going into that. Did you have, influences that you experienced in both hip hop and like R&B or?
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay. And
Everything.
who would they be?
My influences go from Sammy Davis Jr. and the Rat
Yes.
Pack because I science how they perform on stage. So when you look at UMC's on Soul Train giving like this world
Yes.
class performance, that performance is the result of us. Or well, for me personally, let me just say for myself, I can't speak for Haas in that regard, but for myself, looking at cast like that, them old, because remember back in the day, if you were an entertainer, like when I was coming up, I'm 50 years old now, but when I was coming up, you had to be a song and dance man. Like that was, you couldn't just be rhyming. I mean, excuse me,
Yes.
you couldn't just be singing, or you just couldn't, like, that couldn't be your whole shtick.
You
Like
had to
your thing had to be, I
perform.
could sing, I could tap dance, I could do a little, you know what I'm saying? I could act, you know what I'm saying? I could do a little, they had to do it all.
Right.
I could play an instrument. So when you look at them like Jerry Lewis,
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
could
say
do it
you were
all.
looking at the real old school. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Dean
Yeah.
Martin, all these cats, they could do it all. So from there, I learned showmanship, right? Um, from Robert Frost,
Yeah.
Aesop, oddly enough, Dr. Seuss. I wouldn't get exposed to black poets until I would be older because just the school systems that we grew up in. But
Okay.
those ones, they were influences to me too. When you look at Robert Frost talking about two roads diverged on a yellow brook and be one traveler long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it lay in the undergrowth. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, this boy talking about the choices in life, but he's giving this similitude about the road not traveled. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, he ends and he says, I kept the one for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Two roads diverged on the yellow brook and I took the one less traveled by, and that made all the difference. Like, how could I not be influenced by that? You understand what I'm
No
saying?
doubt. That was
I,
amazing. Thank
I'm
you.
I'm influenced by the
Yes.
1940s version of Cyrano de Bergerac, who the star who plays Cyrano actually is it Adolf, what is his name? Something Caesar, but he actually ends up playing the Joker in the 1960s Batman show that we know. And there's this
Okay.
beautiful scene, the scene that you always see in sitcoms. Like whenever a sitcom run long enough, they always do the Cyrano de Bergerac scene that they do. And the scene usually goes where some guy likes a girl, he doesn't know how to talk to the woman. So what he ends up doing is his man is in the background, like whispering stuff in his ear, something
Right.
like that, hitting him.
Right.
That's the Cyrano. It's called the balcony scene, right? So in that balcony scene, Roxanne and Cyrano going at it, but it's not, they're not arguing. It's just the maximum of eloquence, right? My older brother, I think that he's another influence of mine. He's the one that always showed me to appreciate eloquence and articulation. So he says to her, he's trying to run that G on her, right? He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I love you and that. And she says, you love me? And what is this love? What is this love? Yeah, he says, I love you beyond breath, beyond reason, beyond love's own power loving. Your name is like a golden bell hung heavy in my heart. And when I think of you, I tremble. and the bell swings and rings. Roxanne, Roxanne, and through my veins, Roxanne, and that is love. Oh, come on, man. How can I not? Like, if you're into literature, like, so to be a dope MC to me, right? Because we traffic in words. That's what we doing. We trafficking in words. Like, this is what I'm doing is words. Knowing as many words and the usage of words,
right,
is has to be first. So if you hear MC and they just talking about rappers, right? What you will find, and this is something just to do the now, so I'm not slighting no other rappers, it's not my intent, but it's just interesting on the academic study of it. You will find that most rappers that are just influenced by rappers end up sounding like other rappers,
right,
or they themselves never grow. And these be some of the top, these quote unquote top 5 rappers that everybody be picking of the top 10 that they always pick. These same cats, they all stick in the same cadences, the same, flow, the same general patterns, the same subject matter. But when you hear these artists that generally have very artistic, very eclectic backgrounds, artists that have a worldly view, that the cats that's like, yo, son, I done been to the MoMA, I've been to the, I've been to plays, I've done, I'm a real metropolitan New Yorker. I've had the experience of being a New Yorker, not just living in the projects in New York. You understand what I'm saying? I've had that experience too, but I also have the culture, you understand? And so it informs me as a writer and the things that I do and my worldview in general. You know what I'm saying? So on the hip hop side, it's about moments. I know I didn't say anything about hip hop. On the hip hop side, I generally avoid other rappers because I don't want to be overly influenced by their styles. But in the moments like when Kool Rap said, a little kid said, yo, I got a color TV, CD player and car stereo, and all I want is a capsule. I also got a 38. Don't give me no hassle. You know what I'm saying? Or when Caliente, Super Lover C, Casanova Rudd said, girls I got unlocked so similar to a prism in my awesome jam that is causing me favoritism. That cadence was 200 years before its time. So we could. Or when Kool Moe Dee and Special K was battling Run and DMC on Graffiti Rock, that show that premiered one time back in the day, and Special K said, well, I know that when the party is packed, you either got to show you win and where to react. You need a motivator. That means you need me, Special K, huh? I'm from the treacherous 3. Ha! And I'm like, God damn, boy, you better back up off me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, hold on. Let me show you. Kool Moe Dee hit it. No, let me show you how Kool Moe Dee said. He had his glasses on. B, listen, he had his glasses on like this. He had one of them hats, like them Boston hats back in the day that be like this. But if you know what I'm saying, if you in the front don't got no brim, and my boy just was like, well, I'm the coolest of the cool. They call me Moe Dee, and ain't another rapper who's as bad as me. I got a high power voice. Yo, he didn't move 1 inch. Like he just had his hands crossed like this. He had the mic. Yo, I don't know how he did. He had the mic in his hand like this, right?
Yes.
He's standing in the B-boy stance like this, going, well, I'm the coolest of the cool. They call me Moe Dee, and then I was like, yeah, this boy crazy. And like, how could you not like? Yes. So that's why when I be telling people, right, people think I be hating. And it's like, I'm not hating. I'm trying to liberate cats. Like, why would you limit yourself to a top 5? And I done gave you 3 or 4 moments already. That's like, why even buzz too many beautiful moments?
That's right. That is absolutely right. Especially because you took it all the way back. You didn't even keep us in a certain era. You took us back. So that's just amazing just to be able to kind of put that in the mixing bowl. I mean, love it.
I could go on for days about it. Let me just say 3 more that's really important, okay?
Right.
4. All right, 4. This is short. 1, move as a team, never move alone. But welcome to the Terror Dome. It's a moment. That's a moment. That whole song, that had to do with me as a man. That had to do with the man I am, much less the impact of an open lyricist, like Chuck D open with his lyrics.
Right.
The bass, how low can you go? Death row, what a brother know. Once again, versus like someone like Caliente, who's girls I got on rock so similar to a prism. In my awesome jam that is causing me favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole 2 different, but both serve this amazing purpose. Another one is I'm gonna just say this other one, which is super important to me. is Sadat X.
Shout
My
out
son
to the guy.
said,
Yes.
and this is why his was important. Sadat as an artist has spoke to an integrity, his own morality. You know what I'm saying? That he both adopted and generated for himself in the course of his growth as a man.
Right.
You can hear it lyrically. You can hear what his point of view is. Very clear. And one of the things that he gave to really emphasize that is in the song One for All, where he says, come one, come all, we're about to get hectic. If the crew don't get in, then the X makes an exit to the rear. I'm out of here. In front of my brothers. I take care of them before I take care of others.
Yes.
You know, see the power in the word. V, let me tell you. Let me hit you real quick. So, you know, I'm not much of a theologian, but I have I've studied, and you know, I was a prodigy at a young age. I used to preach at 12.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I remember somehow, maybe tell me if you know, somewhere it say in the beginning, it says first there was the what? The word. First there was the word, right? Now in Islam, it say when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was when the Quran was revealed to him, the Injil say to him, recite. Now, the Prophet Muhammad was illiterate by all intents and purposes. So to tell him to recite was like, recite what? Dude, I can't even read what? You understand? And they said recite, right? And when he began to recite, he began with Al-Fatiha, I believe, or Al-Baqarah, but he begins with A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina sirata mustaqim. Sirata ladzina an'amta alaihim ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. I mean, I gotta put that to a beat. This is how powerful the word is.
Yeah.
You understand? So now, if words are spelled and spells are witchcraft, and then I'm weaving these words that I've spelled, and I'm actually rhyming them. What is any hocus pocus spell started off with? You know what I'm saying? You know, rubble, double, boil, and bubble, fire, you know what I'm saying? Fire, burning, cauldron, but that's all the spells you've ever heard in your life. When you see magic being done, are they like little in the kid cartoons? It always rhymes. The Quran rhymes. The Bible begins that the universe begins with first there was the word, an intention that the universe was created. Now here we talking about hip hop, the most evolved form of spoken language, because you have artists that are dealing in syllabic math. That means they're dividing words, the syllables of words, into beats of 4. You understand? Then right. and they're doing this all the while having a cogent conversation with you. Rakim said,
and influencing you.
Oh, whoa, without question, right?
Right.
And they said, Rakim said, listen, he told us everything. He said, standing by the speaker, suddenly I had this. Fever wasn't neither summer madness. But I just can't stand around. So the closer I get, the better it sounds.
Yes.
My mind starts to activate, dream, and imaginate. And when I heard this beat, I just had to make something from the top of my head. So I fell into the groove of the wax and I said, how can I move the crowd? First of all, ain't no mistakes allowed. Here's the instructions. Put it together. It's simple, ain't it? But quite clever. Now, some of you have been trying to write rhymes for years with weak ideas that irritates my ears. Is this the best that you can make? Because if not, if you got more, I'll wait. But don't make me wait too long, because I'm going to move on the dance floor where they put something smooth on. So turn up the bass. It's better and it's loud, because I like to move the crowd. If you're an MC, if anybody out there call themselves an MC and you didn't hear those words and you didn't feel like he was talking about you, like, yo, so how did you know? That's what when he brought, I was like, how did you know this? You understand? And so when we look at that and the genius of it, the brilliance of it, there's no one, Robert Frost, as much as I love him, is not seeing us. You understand? I'm sorry, Maya Angelou. I love that sister. You heard? She's not seeing me. Not in a million years. The Shakespeare is not seeing me in a million years. And it's time for us to own the extent and magnitude of our greatness.
Yes, absolutely. And I guess, I wanted to really talk about your contributions to UMC, but this leads me to ask you about Collab Lab, because obviously this was a great influence and a great lead in to why you created that, because it looks as if you're now fusing talent, ability, legends, and all of that great stuff together to create what you're doing with Collab Lab, which is amazing. I love the concept. I love the name, the branding, all of the things that you're doing. So talk to us about where that came from and the people that you choose to be on each week.
Yeah, well, let me, can I just take it a step further though?
Listen,
can I not
it
only,
wouldn't be Kool Kim if he didn't take it a step further.
I wouldn't be, right? Can I take it a step further? Can I debut a Collab Lab song on here?
Okay, yes.
All right, I think I'm gonna debut a Collab Lab song.
You can absolutely debut one
because I think this is let's do that. All right,
let's do that.
You sound tight too. Cause I got it all hooked up. All right, hold up. So check this out.
I knew you had your podcasting together. I got to grow up to that.
Yeah. I got my whole roadcaster set up. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here like
I got to tell my crew we got to get it together.
Yeah, y'all got to turn your game up now. Come on now, we got to get it right.
I'm just on training wheels. Give me a break.
So I say,
I do have a glass. You have a container.
Yeah.
I'm ahead of you on that.
I spent my money in the right place. you spent your money on finery.
That's right. I better learn. Okay, you got me on that one.
It's form over function. That's all. Right now, it's all about form, Dollar.
Whatever is important, and you see what's important to me. So let's go.
Yeah. You see, I got my background dim because my ambience ain't all of what it's supposed to be right now. You seen the video that I did today? The one I'm Not My Mistakes.
You just did that video?
Yeah, I did it today. See, I'm wearing the same shirt.
Oh no, guys! New music. We will allow that to come out at the end. I did tag you on it today because I love the glow up. To you illuminate. I love that because I'm all about the glow. So
that's right.
When I saw that, I was like, yes,
yes, love. You heard? Yes. We got to that kind of stuff into being with each other. Like, I'm about
that's all dope merch.
But I just, this is my man's right here. This joint. This is me, as a character, as a
that's super dope.
And it's on Chandler Comics. It'll be coming out soon. I'm really proud of this brother because I watched his journey as an individual. And this is a great segue into Collab Lab. And so he, like many of my fans, what I call fam, these are individuals and people that have been with me for many years. And I don't have a lot of fans. Or fam. It's not like I'm not one of them dudes you go to my page and you see I got 115 with a K next to it. Like, no, I got 3,000.
It's coming. It's coming.
If it does,
we just had to find you because I found you on one of those rants that you were having.
I be going, kid. I go, kid. That's one thing. The brother I got an interesting point of view.
Yes, and I stopped. You're right. I was like, wait, here he is right here. Okay.
And it be bugging me out because people know I'm out there, but the NY oil thing, it really damaged my ability to reach people because what I was saying was very dangerous for the status quo. And I learned the power of how effectively you can be silenced.
Yes.
And so to this day, I'm still like struggling with these shadow bans and all this type of stuff. But what I just decided was to, I believe that hard work and determination will always pay off, that persistence will overcome resistance. And it took me 35 years of being blackballed by this industry and still not giving up to find myself at Collab Lab.
Collab Lab. Let's say yes.
And now what is Collab Lab?
Yes.
Collab Lab is basically, all right, let me give you the short version. Collab
Okay.
Lab is is two artists collaborating. You're getting
Sure.
to watch them from the beginning, from the listening to the beat. You see what I'm saying? Deciding how they gonna attack it, who going first, you know what I'm saying, playing with cadences, all of that from your favorite artist, man. Like imagine
Yes.
being in the room with Master Ace and watching how he
Yes. I'm still
constructs a
trying to get
song.
him. So
What's
yes.
his thoughts? What is it? What does he think? How does he process what he's going to do? You know, imagine that. Imagine seeing like someone like Freedom Williams, who you know from CNC Music Factory, and you're thinking, oh, well, Sim just do
Yes.
that dance music and be gyrating his hips. But then to find out that he's the dude that mixed mad of your favorite songs, that this dude is hip hop to the die, and his history in the music
I
is so
love it.
disgustingly deep that when you hear it, it'd be like that kind of feeling when you didn't like somebody and then you found out that they cool and you be like, damn, he mad cool. That was
Right.
Freedom Williams on the show. And he conscious and he hip hop and he boom bap. You heard? And so this is what Collab Lab needs to do. What we're trying to do, what I'm trying to do is expose hip hop to its greatest truth. The
Yeah.
greatest truth is that hip hop has lost sight of hip hop. Hip hop's not dead, it's the fans that are dead. So what's happening is that y'all have been so cultured into being told what it is, right? That you forgot to tell what it is.
Well, we needed to hear it. That's what this beauty now is
Well, you
that the
know,
history is coming from his story.
yeah, I guess
You
you're right.
understand? So
I
I
guess
think
you're
this
right.
is where people now we connect, we engage, we respect it even more because
Mhm.
it's coming from you directly to
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
this is how it is. All the stories, everything we can confirm, this is what happened.
Yeah, you know, because the suffrage, excuse me, is in revisionist history. So you've got a lot of people that are writing and talking and, you know, giving historical accounts of things that they weren't there for, or they lack the context for said things. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's
Or
it's
just briefs. They just give us briefs. They don't
yeah,
get in depth
yeah, and
with that.
the devil is in the details in many of these stories and many of these circumstances. So I'm, you know, I gotta say, as an aside, as we're doing this interview, that I am very thankful and I'm happy that we're seeing people take ownership of the need for more black run or black influenced media outlets.
Yes. And to tell
Because
the stories
yeah,
the
because
right way.
yeah, because as long as the hunter tell its tale, you know what I'm saying, or until the lion tell its tale, the hunter always gonna be the hero. You know what I'm saying? But when the lion
Sure.
get to the mic and be like, nah, son, let me tell y'all at that time we tore them up. And it's a whole nother story. Hunter ain't all
Right.
that Billy Badass. He
Right.
just showing you, like, you know what I'm saying? So with y'all being, existing, it makes like, so with a thing like Collab Lab, right? It counters the industry. Why? Because, again, all this top five and all this type of stuff, you've limited who you believe in, right? So now here I come through with, Cy Martial Law, Freedom Williams, Master Ace, Mr. Live, Mikey D, just on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? And here it is, I'm coming with these artists that you are familiar with, but maybe you don't think that they hot like that. But now I play a song and you like, yo, that's fire. And I'm like, well, yo, that's Son and Son. Word?
Right.
Yeah. Welcome back to hip hop. Welcome back.
Exactly. I
Welcome
love
back.
it. I
Welcome
love
back
it.
to the wonder, the
Yes.
surprise. You know what I'm saying? The reason to stay up at 1:00 at night to make a pause tape. The reason that you called your cousin from New York to mail you a tape so you could have a New York tape and flex in front of everybody. The
Right.
reason you went to your man's house who had a cousin in New York who had a flex, who had a pause tape from New York, had a New York tape. He was like, yo, he got a New York tape, and y'all was all
Yeah.
trying to dub it. This is what I want to remind y'all of. The thing that made you discover, become crate diggers, and engage in hip hop. You understand?
Yeah.
And so in these ways, I'm doing it. And Collab Lab is not just us just showing you us making the song and putting it out, but it's also giving opportunities to up and coming artists and producers. All of the tracks on Collab Lab have been produced by up and coming producers. When we have Collab Lab sessions, the producer is invited on the session so that people see the producer. You know what I'm saying? Because they should get shine too. And a lot of times people be saying stuff to you like, yo, you should do this for, do it for the love, or, do it for promotion. But it's like, yo, where's the promotion at? You're not even including me in the thing. You understand what I'm saying? My name is barely connected to the thing. Now in Collab Lab, we bring them on because we want people to see. You understand? And what we also have with Collab Lab now, aside from the very clear music component, is that there's a story to Collab Lab. It's an interactive full dive. So there's this interactive story that's going on that's being told from the future and the past and in the present about Collab Lab and each of the artists on Collab Lab, so that we give another depth to how we engage and entertain each other with hip hop. Because
how long does it typically take to do
Say again, I'm sorry.
How long does it typically take to create from beginning to end to get the music?
Damn. Well, the process generally goes something like this. I contact the artist, you know what I'm saying, see if they're interested. If they're interested, dope. I spend a couple of weeks just kicking it, like, just calling people.
So you're doing like a real session, like
yeah. Like it's a vibe. Like it's not made for TV. It's us really making songs, and it's us adapting to the climate and times where studio sessions is really not a thing. And this brings me to a really awesome thing that I want to talk about. Collab Lab has got its first sponsor. All right.
Nice. Congratulations.
I'll
drink to that. You can use your container or whatever.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going up. Boom. Watermelon. Pong. Whole lot.
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm gonna drink to that. Cause listen what I'm saying though. We got our first.
Follow Kim, you guys. He said I'm wasteful over here. So
watermelons for everybody around on me. Yeah.
Look at that. So
this company that literally exists as the answer to every question that Collab Lab on the technological side presented manifests itself in front of me. Session Wire. I got to talk about Session Wire. I got to talk about Kevin. I got to talk about Brandon over at Session Wire and all the gang over there. These guys saw the vision. They see the potential of Collab Lab. And they reached out, opened their doors to us, and now they provided us a technological conduit that is to artists and collaborations what Zoom has been for podcasters and interviewers. Where it gives you this wonderful interface where now you can have a clean sound and clean visuals depending on what the webcam situation is. Not cheap ass webcam, but I should have used my real joint, but I thought the sound would be better. So anyway,
you don't have to show off, okay?
I put my real joint out. I'd have been pretty right now. You see my laugh lines and stuff. I need makeup now.
I don't need all of that.
Where's my ring light at? I need my ring light up. I need to set my ring light up so I could be right.
Oh gosh,
beautiful, right? You know what I'm saying? What y'all doing to me? Now, seriously though,
I love
Session Wire is awesome because what Session Wire allows us to do is now I can have a peer-to-peer conversation with you as the artist, me and you together collabing, right? But now you see beneath where DJ Lil Baby Jodeci, Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying? Right, where the DJ was at, instead of it being him there, in theory, like I would be there, and then in between us would be, you know what I'm saying, from Zoom, so the people don't see it because y'all looking at YouTube. I'm sorry, y'all, but you see the two of us together side by side.
So it's fine. It's all blended.
Yeah, so you see how we side by side. You know what I mean? Well, what ends up happening is in Session Wire, in the middle of us would be the actual session. You would actually see the track record, or you see it all.
Oh, I'm gonna get fancy too.
Yeah, it's wild fancy. And what that means is that now we can record simultaneously in real time, which
that is so fly.
It's great because right now when you do a collab, what happens? You got to send the song. They send me the beat. And I, this is what we doing. I hear maybe somebody got a verse or two on it, whatever. I hear what they doing. Then I put my joint on. Then when I body them, what do? They go back and rewrite their joint. It's no vibes. It's not rich now. So who is good top? Who on a joint? As opposed to it being, let's collab and not compete.
And keep it live in real time,
and
right?
encourage each other while we rhyming. Like, cause if you see me bopping while you spitting, you're gonna get hype.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we bringing the vibes back. So, Session Wire, it's an amazing partnership that we're excited to share with everybody. We're gonna really be rolling it out in a minute. Now that we've cranked up the Collab Lab Facebook group, the Instagram page, and we're on fan base heavy, and we cranked up the YouTube as well. You're gonna see a lot coming from us.
So cool. Now, do you plan to bring Haas into one of your sessions? Because that would be a good blend of old school and now.
Probably
in
not.
my opinion.
Probably not. Probably not. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying. Because Haas is doing his own thing right now. You know what I'm saying? He's developing, I believe, Phantom of the Beat Records, with Humag Distribution, and so
he's had several artists that we've talked to as well as Haas, as you probably know.
Yes, and so I think he's very engrossed in that right now, and so
he may be open to it.
Well, we know
an anniversary session with you guys,
but not. He's expressed to me that he's not as interested in rhyming.
I see.
He really wants to concentrate on being a producer.
I see.
And one of the things that are important about friendships and partnerships is remembering to love on your partner and your friend for their benefit before your own sometimes.
Yeah.
And I want my boy to do his thing and then fulfill his dream of being a record executive and achieving the goals that he set for himself. And so I want to cheer for him in that and then not pressure him or have him involved. Like, I got a lot of people that are going to be on Collab Lab that I had to call them and be like, yo, son, I know I'm doing this Collab Lab, and I know you've noticed that I haven't called you. I'm not going to call you because I know what you're doing right now, and I know what's going on. So do what you're doing. Let me finish building this, get this to a place that, and then I'm going to bring my boy over right now.
Right.
Y'all do you. Like, we going to meet in the middle. But family is family. Like, family don't,
Good. At least you're being transparent. You're being clear.
Great stuff. So I'm happy to see him fulfill his dreams right now.
Nice. So do we have the music for Collab Lab? You said you had a new one.
Are you ready to hear something now?
Yes.
You ready to hear something now? Is that what we getting at? All right, let me. All right, so you familiar with Mikey D? Mikey D is an artist.
Yes, we just had Mikey D on last week.
Oh, you did?
Saturday.
Oh, you did you?
Yes.
Oh, you flexing right now. I thought I was flexing. You flexing. Oh, you had Mikey D on.
Yes, he was on Saturday.
Okay, so I need you to tell me. I'm gonna play it for a second. Tell me if the volume sound good on your end. Then we crank it. Okay. Here we're gonna give it a shot. Let me see what we got here. If you grew up on hip hop,
you hear it?
Well, then the game don't stop. Sounds good. Nice and clean. All right, cool. All right, we gonna crank it up now.
Is it nice and clean? Here we go with that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mikey D. All right, formerly the Main Source. You did currently dropping bangers on Pastor Torch Records, who is also affiliated with Humag Distribution. You heard? This is me and him with a little cameo by my daughter, Big Nay. You heard? Doing some choral vocals for us. This song is called I Know You Want It. Y'all are hearing the demo version, the unmixed demo version. Get ready. Here we go. Collab Lab. If you grew up on hip hop, well then the game don't stop. I'm from a bubble that's so thorough, that's so trouble that when we pop shit stop.
Yo, I'm from a hood where the niggas is real and bitches stump too. Bust guns too, don't come through. These kids will jump you, police get done too. I be spazzing with the 1-2. Old school's locked and now I even got a young crew. Off the chain shit, I spit from off of the brain. It's so underground, I toss a nigga off of a train without a parachute. Toss a nigga off of a plane. My style's contagious, like a nasty cough in the rain. I like to mingle with single ladies who jingle, chicks who sling too. With that cheddar, they better bring you with. My doug's wrong, then the hole's gone like an old song.
That flow is ridiculous.
But I ain't dissing all the ladies. Shoe fits, wear them. My feelings ain't gotta spare them. Your man don't like what I said or wanna step to me, I dare them. Truth hurts, I'm keeping it real, and niggas hate that. And I ain't say a thing I ain't mean, I gotta take back.
That's so fly, I love it.
You a goddamn liar. Yeah. When you admire, takes us one step higher. Take them to church, use the word from the choir.
Kim Collab Lab. Oh! And this is your daughter.
mixing them up.
Fire.
Amazing for days, so my mind is made up. So my crime, I mean my rhyme be fucking you up. You got time, see my line is lined up enough. Ops get crushed to dust, it's mice to the touch. Shorty wants us, guess what? The dark side of lust. Volcanoes erupt, hot lava and such. I mean, who say can you see? I mean, what stage do you be? The stage and the rage, the wind and the war and the wave of the wage, the magic and the mystery, the mind of a maze versus the mind of a slave. I insist, no stopping to this, then I resist. This fist will swing, no miss, then I enlist. Gorillas in the mist, and you miss. And soon after this, you dismiss. For real.
So dope. And is this out, Kim?
Nope, not yet.
It's not yet. All right. Well, we have an exclusive on Champagne and Conversation.
Yeah, I'm hitting y'all with the exclusives right now. You heard?
So
let
fire.
me pause this real quick.
What was the title?
That's cool. I know you want it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Me
I
and
know
Mikey
you want
D,
it.
featuring my daughter Big Nate. You know what I mean?
Her
And
voice is amazing.
you know what's funny is that she loves to sing, she loves to write, and she's an amazing MC. Wait till you hear the joint me and Huz doing. Like, you know, we're about to post a video of one of our joints that we did a while ago. We've been rhyming together for years. When you hear the joint that we did, you're gonna be like, wow, she's amazing.
So are you going to do like an album with the Collab Labs, or are you just going to release? Okay.
My intention is to do an album with Collab Lab. I'm going to do NFTs with Collab Lab.
Okay.
I want to do, I intend on doing, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I intend on, there's a lot that's going to happen with Collab Lab. Let me make it succinct.
Sure. It's your baby and you're growing it. Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the things. So there's things that are aspirations versus things that are actual. As it stands right now, we'll definitely be releasing projects. We'll definitely do an NFT for each one of the projects where fans can be able to not only get the actual NFT, but they'll be able to get the session of that person's vocals.
Right.
And so that's crazy, though. Also, though, the intent with Collab Lab is to begin to do festivals outdoor, because we know that indoor festivals are going to be a challenge with the pandemic. So doing some outdoor stuff that includes multiple entertainment venues, meaning to say, I own an inflatables company. So, you know, having a huge water slides and all kind of other stuff in the Collab Lab festival, vendors and stuff, so that the vibes become family friendly. Because, you know, our demographic ain't like shorties no more. We got kids, we got grandkids.
Right.
We want to come and party and do stuff, but I ain't really trying to go no place to start at 12 o'clock at night. So I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even performing there for money. Like, I'm not going nowhere to perform at 2 o'clock at night. So like, ain't nobody that's trying to see me is up that time of night. Ain't nobody I'm trying to perform for is up that time of night. Like, just keeping it real. So it's part of that. Boat cruises, you know, vacations, things of that nature.
Right.
And these are things that I have experience in, like in my life journey. I've done these things, I've mastered these things, and now I'm able to put, you know, to apply all of these things that I've experienced. And let me just say this fast too. For those of you who have done things and you feel like you failed, you haven't failed, fam. You have learned if you were a learner. Yo, there's so many things I did that I thought at the time I failed. But as I am in this moment in Collab Lab and all these amazing things are happening, yo, we got amazing artists coming on. Will I Am is confirmed. Lords of the Underground confirmed. YZ is confirmed. Aguilar is confirmed. Souls of Mischief are confirmed. Shoot, I know I'm missing a rack of cats, you know what I'm saying? But Sir Mix-a-Lot is confirmed. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on MC Hammer right now. I'm trying to give y'all these names that you never would expect to be on hip hop. Yo, we gonna rhyme and you gonna show me your rhyme so that it, you know, but you know, ultimately it's about teaching. So you'll expect to see Collab Lab University coming soon. And once I've established this infrastructure, then my intent is, and I'm saying it now because I'm calling it into being versus telling the world.
At this
moment. I wanna call this into being. And I want to kind of make myself accountable for what I'm saying that I'm going to do. My hope is that I can generate the sort of revenue for what I'm doing, right? That all of the artists that are involved with Collab Lab will, one, have health insurance, which most artists that you know don't have health insurance. So one, that I can help provide a health insurance situation for these artists that appear on Collab Lab, all of them. Also to establish another norm in the music industry, which is that everybody on Collab Lab gets an equal share of the song. You You know what I mean? So if me and Master Ace is on a song, me and Master Ace get 50% of that song, the writer side. If Johnny B. Good did the production, Johnny B. Good get that, you know what I'm saying? If so and so did the DJ, well, then we end up splitting that joint four ways. Why? Because there's no reason why not to. We live in a digital world. There's no reason I'm not having the overhead to not break even with cats.
Sure.
So that's another thing. Great. And then finally, what my hope is to also create an investment or 401k situation for artists, and also to help them with their wills, because many artists are passing and they don't have that sort of very basic fundamental stuff taken care of. And what ends up happening is that you have record deals where you've contracted for perpetuity, and that means that your kids are still going to be fighting to get your mechanicals and your royalties. So they need to know. And you need to set up the paperwork so that the future generations can make sure that they have what they're supposed to have, the work that what you earned that they get. You know what I mean? So these are things that I would like for. Yeah, and these are things that I would like to, like, solutions I would like to resolve.
I love it.
But here's the problem. Two big ones. One, I am way down the hill, looking way up the hill. You know what I'm saying? And it is a big, giant hill to get up.
Well, you have the plan. You wrote it. You made it plain. You've just spoken it.
Got to just execute it, right?
You created alignment, because we're agreeing on it at this moment. And after that, you never know who will actually take part in what you just said and push you up the hill.
And you know what? That's what we pray for, because
that's absolutely what we're going to get.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the other thing. Is the other thing is that at the end of the day, you need eyes on stuff. You need people paying attention.
Right.
Because, it's what it's all about. And the world has been convincing us to not believe in our personal power and what we can do individually, and how that individual effort impacts the world.
Absolutely.
But, if hip hop remembers to believe in itself and remembers that the reason it is a $1 billion industry today is because of each and every one of you out there that made it so. You heard? So believe in yourself, believe in your personal power. This is a new hip hop. The new hip hop is not where you wait for somebody to feed it to you. Shit, you help create it. That's what makes the new hip hop special. You help create it. When have you ever, I remember getting fan mail, like in the letters, like actual letters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now people will be randomly calling me up on Facebook Messenger, like, yo, kid, what's up, yo? I'm like, yo, depending on what I'm doing, I'll be like, yo, what up, boy? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's a whole nother world.
Right.
You can distinguish yourself in the presence of your favorite artist right now by showing them what you're capable of.
Absolutely. That was what the pandemic allowed for us to pause and to reposition, pivot, and get to this point where it's just amazingness. All of the talents coming together. And once talent connects, it's powerful. And that's what's happening now.
And what I'm looking to see is skill and talent connect. That's the real thing we need. See, talent connect, skills connect, skill and talent don't. If we could get skill and talent connect, we will see an amazing revolution in the industry.
Well, you got it. You have the plan for it. Now, are we following you on like a website or social media?
I'm going to check me out on Instagram. I'm Kool Kim _NY Oil, NYOIL.
Yes.
On Facebook, the Collab Lab group is Collab, COLLAB, the letter X, LAB, Collab X Lab. Search that in Facebook. Join the group, because a lot of the long lives, like the original live, not the little pieces and stuff, will be happening there, and you don't want to miss that.
Okay.
If you're an Instagram head, same thing, Collab X Lab on Instagram, and you're gonna see what it is. Once you get in any one of them things, you're gonna get taken on a journey. You'll know where everything is at, but definitely find us and vibe, because there's a space for you to rock.
So cool. Now, is your merch there as well? Where is your merch?
Yeah, we're gonna be unleashing merch soon. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do something a little more interesting, so we're working on that. So those announcements are coming right now.
Super
Get in the wave and enjoy this free entertainment. You heard?
Absolutely. And speaking of entertainment, you just released a new song. So what was the title of that and your inspiration for that?
Well, yeah, that song is off of my album Demo Music, which I actually put out in 2019.
Okay.
I've been releasing those songs in video. That's the first song I actually redid as a video.
I like
because yeah, thank you. Because the fact of the matter is, it was a dope song, and it got the whole project got kind of eclipsed by the pandemic. So just as I was about to tour and all kind of like things was happening and looking good, whoop, right, and it snatched the rug up from under me. But I was like, yo, music isn't old until somebody hears it. So I just put it out again. And so you'll see like nonstop dope music from me. Just go to my page. Like it's like almost every other day I'm dropping something fire. Like, and it's always dope and different and creative and it's fun.
It is fun and it's amazing. And thank you for your contribution to the culture. Thank you for your reminiscing of history and just giving us some amazing history, just in going back to the arts and bringing us to where you are now. Much success with Collab Lab. We looked forward to all the artists that you named. Sir Mix-a-Lot. I can't wait to see that one. That's going to be dope.
Well, you know what? I know we're about to wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
Well, let me play this Sir Mix-a-Lot one for you real quick.
Oh, okay, yes. Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh my God, it's a short clip.
Okay.
All right, it's actually what got Sir Mix-a-Lot open to do Collab Lab.
Okay, right? You had a strategy.
Yeah. Oh, without question. Question. Here we go. Yeah. I get it. Let me get a little bit of that. The joint sound fat. Let me give them everything they lack. The smoke in the front with the yak in the back. Everybody wanna party? What for your body? Cause we trapped in the shack. Mac in the tech in the lack. Yeah, roll like that. Assassin fashion, I'm smashing them just like that. Beat them to the faded, then they made it. No punch like attack. Hold on. Everybody wanna be a down, no one wanna be no pawn. You just facts on facts. Ow! Gun in the small on my back. Rat-tat-tat-tat. What it mean like, seem like, y'all scheme like, dream like, never act. Everybody want it till they feel it, they don't get it, they don't got it, and it's basically that. I'm basically saying you're playing that. Someone built out the back out the strap. Someone built to pull it out and never let it shot. It's basically making jacks. Yo, I got a gun, no clip, so the thing don't clap, and lasers don't sound like that. And folks who oppose those how it goes, and it always shows cause they froze when they back. Like way back, double way back. It's always, I'm on the attack. I always the right and exact. They know there's no way that I come whack facts. I seen a little love, little light, little spite, little blight, but I never lost sight. Come on, I'm never gonna not put up a fight. What? You're motherfucking right. Yeah. So.
Oh, wait, who was that?
That's me and Sir Mix-a-Lot. That's me.
I'm done.
That's me.
Done.
That's Sir Mix-a-Lot with the beat going.
Oh my! And you know that sounds to me like Busta Rhymes, but I was like, wait, I know you said it was Sir Mix-a-Lot, so I'm like, what is going
hit me with the joint, and that's me rhyming. You know what I mean? Like, I realized a lot of people just really didn't know how I rhyme, so I just show people what I'm capable of, and that's
Look at that. Congratulations to you. You need to put that out like ASAP because that is fire.
Y'all got so many treats for y'all. Just know that
get it out right now.
Anything yet? Get with me. Follow. That's what's up. And shout out to all my Collab Lab people. Yo, you see what's happening in Champagne Conversations. You know I'm gonna clip this clip right here and let everybody know. Come check out Champagne V. Champagne Conversations.
Thank you.
Outstanding. What a wonderful opportunity to kick it with you, sis.
It was amazing. So much. Thank you,
ladies and gentlemen. My name is NY Oil, aka Kool Kim, and I approve this message.
So dope. Thank you all. Champagne and Conversation.